hello, and welcome to another episode of the Sister-Cousins Candid Conversations podcast. Today, on episode number 31, Mars versus Venus, who keeps the best secrets, men or women? What y'all think?
We already know the answer.
You already see, I don't know what y'all gonna say about that. I'm not sure what y'all gonna say about that. I have my opinion about it, and so let's just hit that round table. Let's just say you say men or women. Who you think keeps the best secrets, Danya?
Women.
Women. How about you, Joanna?
I would say women, although I have had a few men that have kept some pretty good
doozies.
Right.
I think it depends on who the secret is about.
See, I'm just saying. So for me, I'm saying it's okay. So think about it. Okay, picture it. Sicily, 1987.
Whatever.
Y'all know that was my show. But anyway, okay. So think about it. You have these men. I'm just using this as an example. Y'all know I watch a lot of crime shows, but you're a truck.
Hey, mama.
You're a truck driver, right? And you traveling, you a long haul truck driver. So you got this family in Tallahassee, whole wife and kids, but you a truck driver, you a cross country truck driver. You got a whole nother family in Tennessee with wife and kids. So it depends on the situation. But men be keeping some dudes. They'll be keeping little secrets. Like women be keeping little secrets. Like, my great grandma Barlow, we would go shopping and she would say, that she would buy a hat or whatever, and she was like, well, we gonna put this in an old hat box so Andrew don't know that this is a new hat. So she keep little secrets. But men, they keep whole other families.
No, why we got to bring up truck drivers? I'm just saying.
I was your husband in the trucking business.
They get a bad rap, okay? They get a bad rap. Most of them are hard-earning men who only has one family in one town. Why y'all always got to bring up truck drivers?
Not on Criminal Minds. They are not hard-working men who only got one family in one town.
So, anywho. Welcome, Ms. Bam. Welcome, Terry. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate your comment.
Okay, Terry.
Don't be a hater all your life. At some point, you're going to have to acknowledge all this.
Come on. I'm just saying.
Keep in mind, my volume is louder than yours, so praise the Lord, saints. Anywho, I think that men can keep secrets like from women. Like if a woman confides something in a man, I think they can keep a secret versus if it's a man and he talking about his coworker or a male friend or whatever. That's just my thoughts and my experience, at least from, communicating with my husband or having like some male friends or whatever. So it's on the fence to me. I think it just depends on the secret. If it's a secret from a woman, it's like, hey, friend, I'm coming to you to tell you blah, blah, blah. I think men keep secrets better that way. However, now you got some gossiping chicks and some gossiping men. Them girls.
I gotta say, because there's some gossiping men. Like I deal with a whole lot of gossiping men.
What they be gossiping about?
Everybody telling everybody business. Child, let me tell you. Did you know so-and-so got married to so-and-so? Well, I didn't even know they knew each other, but okay. I mean, they some gossip. I work in a prison environment, so it's just a lot of gossiping going on there. It's like a soap opera as the prison turns or something. I don't know.
So you just proved my point. They're gossiping about generalizations, however, not a confided type secret or whatever. I just think so. However, my husband said that men gossips more than women. So I think it's a difference between keeping secrets and gossiping. My husband, now he works in a refinery type situation, and them men, they be talking about all kind of stuff. He come home with some stories. I'm just like, interested. They talk about each other. They call him the overtime king. So they didn't know that he was in another room. And so they were talking about basically like he, hogging up all the overtime. Now keep in mind, they don't want it. The company calls everybody and say, hey, you know, such and such is not coming to work. Can you come in? They won't answer their phones. My husband answering his phone, but then they gossip about him because he's the overtime king. I said, don't worry about it. Don't let them say what they want. Get that overtime, player. A time and a half comes in handy.
I find that interesting that men would gossip more than women.
Yeah, they do.
Like men don't. I just seem like they don't even talk at all. That they just like, hey, how you doing? Hey, and that's it.
They get off on that golf course or that basketball court.
Unless it's something like sports or something like that. It just don't seem like they even really.
You know how we get together and we do girl talk? Okay, so like the other night, you know how we was on the phone and we was laughing and giggling about random stuff? I know for a fact there are men who get together and they be having them same type of conversations. Like, da 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 da. Or, you know how women get together and if it's a group of women in a room, the conversation always goes to how men ain't no good or so-and-so did this. Men be talking about us like that too. And I get this from my male friends. They tell me that. And like one of my closest male friends, he a gossip. He called me all the time. Did you hear about so-and-so? No, what happened? Because I want to know.
And they got good gossip, but I think they exaggerate. At least my husband, he's an exaggerator. It don't matter what story he's talking about or who he's telling it to. I'm looking at him like this. Now you just put too much extra on that story. I know you lying. You doing too much or whatever.
So you really saw Bigfoot when y'all was talking about.
I don't know. I guess it's different because I'm not around a lot of gossiping people. And I guess like when people do come to me, the thing I worry about with gossip is if you talk about somebody else, as soon as I walk away, you can be talking about me. So I don't interact and stuff like that because I'm worried about them talking about me. So I try not to give them any information.
Well, they probably talk about you because you ain't a part of the part and she thinks she too good or whatever, so she can't come over here and communicate with us.
With a little
fancy right. They probably are, but they don't know my business because I don't talk to them like that.
Yeah. Well, so my mom says that, I think, Mom, are you saying that men can hide money or women can hide money? I'm not sure what she's talking about. What do you think? Well, I ain't going to incriminate myself. I'm going to be quiet on that.
My granddaddy used to say, no matter what man you got, no matter how long you together, you need to have your own money that he don't know about.
But why you got to hide it?
It ain't necessarily
I'm just saying, why can't you have money for yourself, but why it got to be a secret?
You know, it really truly depends on the relationship and the situation. Mm-hmm. Some men are extremely old-fashioned. Like and this is just a story. So Grandma Barlow, I never knew her to have a job my entire life. But when she passed away, we were going through some pictures, and there was a time where she worked at Methodist Hospital.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Shirley was saying that she never heard her and Granddaddy Barlow fight, except for that little short period of time that she worked at that hospital, because he did not want his wife working. And it was just like, she said they argued about it all the time. So you even in today's society, you have a lot of men who were raised by like parents who believe that the wife's job is to be home, which, you know, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. But they so sometimes they don't have separate money. Like they may not have separate money, as opposed to like you work, you contribute to the household, but then you also have another account. Some have another account that's a whole secret squirrel account for some. I mean, and some people just keep these secret squirrel accounts for whatever reason. I don't know why. To me, it shouldn't have to be a secret. You should be glad I'm saving a little money over here.
I don't know about that.
Do you have a secret squirrel account?
I don't have a secret. Well, okay, let's put this. I have a separate account. I believe that married couples should definitely have accounts together for the household, but I also believe that each individual should have their own account. Just think about it. It's just from a gifting standpoint, right? If my husband's, if all of our money is put together and you're going to buy me an anniversary gift or birthday gift, it ain't really you buy me a gift, we buy me a gift. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't necessarily have a conversation about how much money is in my account. My husband don't necessarily say, oh, I got X amount of money in there. But if there's a situation where I'm in need, I'm like, hey, I'm in need, and it is what it is. But I don't know. My mother-in-law told me a little story. Like, she didn't work for most of her marriage, and my father-in-law would give her some money to go to the grocery store, and hypothetically, say if it was $200, and if she came back from the grocery store and he said, okay, well, how much was the groceries? Oh, there was $159.21. He wanted the change. And so she said that was one lesson that she learned one time. From then, that point on, she spent all the money. It's like, how you gonna ask me for this little, I'm saying, change back or whatever? She was one who told me that women should have their own money as well or whatever. And so I had already learned that lesson from my mom, but it was kind of crazy. When I worked at the casino as a cocktail server, I made a lot of money per day. And I mean, talking about bringing home $800, $600, $1,000 and dropping it on the dresser. And my mother-in-law was like, you bring all your money home and put it in y'all savings and y'all account? I'm like, yeah. She was like, you don't do that. I was like, huh? I'm like, you trying to set me up, huh? She was like, listen, honey, Zarel is my son, but I'm a woman first. She said, I believe that women supposed to have their own money that the husband don't know. So,
well, that's one situation. But I think like when you think about secrets, just period, like it really depends on the type of secret. Who is the best secret keeper? I think so. Like think about it. If you have a conversation with your spouse or you have a conversation with somebody at work or somebody in general, and then you come home and y'all having pillow talk and you share it, are you really spilling the secret or are you just having a conversation?
You telling it. I don't tell if you guys tell me something, my best friend, I don't share that information with my husband. That is that's a separate thing or whatever. I don't say, oh, my best friend told me this or Joanna told me that, or I don't share that because I don't think that's any of his business. The same way in which if I had a friend that was wilding out, I'm not going to share those stories with my husband because he might be thinking I'm wilding out, or certain things I don't tell about my husband because I can be over that with him and then you guys are still pissed off about it. So it's certain things I don't share. So I guess I don't even really have pillow talk about other people because I don't share that information because I don't think it's any of his business.
So what has been like your biggest secret that you've ever kept?
Girl, I can't be telling that. It wouldn't be no secret then if I told you. You crazy as hell.
Yeah, really? Okay, so let me think. It ain't no secret no more for me. I'm trying to think of like what is my biggest secret that I've ever kept. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of secrets. Y'all know I'm like an open book. I talk to a stranger on the street, be like, girl, let me tell you what happened.
You one of them, huh?
I'm one of them. I'm gonna tell you.
I think there needs to be some sort of like boundaries or rules set. I typically don't share, things that I talk about my girlfriends with my husband. Just basically because I think that's something they share with me and not with them. But I feel like as a married couple, if I wanted to have a conversation with my husband, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's my husband. I know he's not out now. If you can't trust your husband to hold your secret, you got some other issues there. I wanted to have a discussion about something, I know it would stay just between us. But I don't typically do that anyway, just out of respect, for the friendship. But so I think there does need to be some type of boundaries or some rules kind of set. There's things like with money, I don't think should ever be a secret. You shouldn't have a whole $10,000 account that your husband don't know nothing about. I don't think it's wrong for you to have money, have a separate account. I've always had a joint account with my husband. I always will, because his money is my money. My money is his money. But I don't see anything wrong with you having, money that you can just spend on yourself and do what you want to. I think you need to come in to agreement with that, hey, this is my money. Don't ask me what I'm gonna do with it. This is just mine. It's gonna go to my account. blah, blah, blah. You know, if he want, you know, he gets money to do what he wants. I get money to do what I want. But yeah, I don't know. I have a problem with people keeping money from their spouses. Like, why? Can you not trust your spouse? That's the issue to me. If I can't trust you with that, like, why?
I mean, like I said, my husband and I, we don't have a secret. Like I said, I know he has a separate account. He knows I have a separate account. But it's not a, you know, well, I take that back because we have a will. And so we have, on a separate part of the will, we have to list, you know, all of the accounts that we have in case something happens to the one of us, you know, we know where to go or look or whatever. And we've had a discussion, but it's not like, hey, did you put $500 in your checking account this time? Or did you, you know, so, okay, you, last week you was at 100 grand, or are you at 100, you know, cent? It's not, you know, something like that or whatever. But to me, just as an independent person, hey, Nikki, just as an independent person, I think it's always good for individuals to have individual money outside of their spouse. And sometimes I think as a woman, when you save money, you never know what you're saving or what you're keeping is going to be able to help your household. As a wife, we're supposed to be helpmates to our husbands or whatever. And so you just never know what might happen in, you know, your little nest egg or your little, what you call it, Donnie? What kind of account you call it? Your mad
squirrel, your secret
your
squirrel.
squirrel money, or they call it mad money or whatever. She's 100K love. May be able to you know, maybe be able to help your family out in some kind of way. But you know, it's definitely interesting. Let me ask y'all this. Have you ever told a secret to somebody and they told it?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the secret, Danya? Can you tell it? No, you can't tell it.
Secret.
It's a secret.
Listen.
Okay, so what did you do? What did you do when that person told?
Some people can't hold water with a pitcher, okay? So ain't no point of telling them your business. Now, once you find that out, just choose not to share certain things with certain people. You know, like for me, I mean, this is just me generally. My best friends will say that they found out things about me years after the fact, after it's happened, where a perfect stranger who don't know nothing about me probably already knew about it, which they might have a point.
Weird.
I know, it's so strange.
I don't understand how you could tell a complete stranger your business, but you can't.
I'm never gonna see them again. No judgment. No judgment. Never going to see them again. But they don't know me from a bag of Doritos. They don't even know my name.
But why tell them?
We might have been having a general conversation sitting in the waiting room, waiting on something to happen, and then they were talking about some life problems, and I felt that sharing my story might help them get through those issues. It was in my spirit. I was helping them. I'm just saying.
And that does happen. That does happen. So I mean, I get it.
Sometimes your story can help somebody get over their hump.
So let me ask you this. Do you keep, if you told a friend something and then they told your business, do you keep them as a friend?
I would say you keep them as an associate because obviously they're not your friend if they told your business. So some instances you can just handle them at a long handle spoon. Now, if they told your business because what you told them needed to be shared in order to save you, in some instance, there may have been a situation that you were going through that you shared with them and they felt the only way to help you get out of that situation was to share it with somebody else. I don't think you should be mad. I don't think you should hold that against them. But if they just talking because they ain't got nothing else to do because, again, they can't hold water with a pitcher,
Hold water in a glass if you gave someone a cup. Well, let me say this. You two, there's only 4 people in the world that know my deepest, darkest secrets. Y'all two, my best friend, and my childhood friend. And one thing I don't like when people threaten, so this is funny, but for example, Granny was threatening me. Y'all know I hate old school pictures. Granny was threatening me with a picture like she was gonna post on Facebook. I said, look, first of all, you can't even post on Facebook. You don't even know how to post. That's number one. And number two, because at first I was like, okay, Granny, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be nice. I ain't gonna say nothing else. And then she kept on threatening me. I was like, you know what? Post it then. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and post it. You ain't gonna hold nothing over my head. I'm gonna tell my secret first. before you tell it. I hate when somebody holds something like that over my head. I'm gonna snitch on myself before I let you do it. I don't like when people threaten me like that. And then another thing is, you don't tell people all your secrets unless you got some of their secrets. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a rule.
Listen,
So
I just don't tell people anyway.
I feel like this. If ever I decide to run for political office, I know who's gonna be a part of my team because they know what the skeletons are buried. So Carla, Kelly, Joanna, they're gonna be a part of my transition team because I don't need nobody telling my business. I don't need to see you on CNN talking about, well, in 1992, at this time and at this stage, we drove here at this location, longitude, latitude. Now, you go ahead and be on my team. I ain't got to worry about you telling my business because we going down together. Listen, this is what I say. Hold on, let me look around, make sure ain't nobody.
Whatever.
you're so stupid.
If you gonna do something that could possibly get you in trouble, don't do it with somebody else. Because guess what? If y'all commit a crime and it's between me, you, and you going to prison, I'm going to be in the court like, Your Honor, ooh. Let me tell you what happened. Your Honor, let me tell you what happened.
So wait a minute. So wait, you a snitch?
I'm not a snitch. I'm a paid informant, baby. Get your facts straight.
Oh, wait a minute. You decide. Okay, first of all, I'm a believer of when you do dirt by yourself. That way you ain't got to worry about nobody else. However, if me and Joanna doing dirt and it comes down to you going to jail, you gonna snitch us out?
Again, I'm not a snitch.
Okay, you gonna get paid to tell on us? You gonna tell the truth?
I have to be honest, y'all going down. I'm not doing no jail time. Not for none of y'all.
Wow.
Listen,
I'll be honest.
let me tell y'all something.
Mm-mm.
I do not wear
doing it.
used underwear. They wear used underwear in prison. They wear other people's shoes. And I am not trying to be Big Bertha's girlfriend. I'm not going.
I am not equipped for that type of life, so y'all going down.
Okay, that is good to know. I'm just gonna go to jail and do my time. Why am I gonna tell on y'all when?
Okay, Martha Stewart, you go ahead and do that. I ain't.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna make sure I don't do no dirt with. I'm gonna make sure I do no dirt with y'all because I would never tell.
I did, then of course I'm gonna tell on myself, but y'all, I ain't going down by myself. We all took a part in it.
Cousin, listen.
It happened.
Listen.
Wow.
I'm put some money on your books. Okay.
That's what
you get
that's the least you can do for me not telling on you because I'm just gonna go and sit and do my time. I'm not going. Okay, I get caught because I did my crime. Why all of us need to be sitting in jail? I'm just gonna do my time. I'm not gonna tell on y'all.
Okay, well, since we know that, then we know that if we do the crime together, to just tell them that you did it so you can do the time. Since you're willing to do the time.
Wow. I don't put myself in those situations because I know I'm going to seem like a bird. I'll just be honest. I'm not ever going to do no dirt with y'all because if it comes down to it, if it comes down between me having to go to jail or me having to rat y'all out, it's going to happen.
So I learned something new about y'all all the time. So let me get this right. Let me run down a list. Y'all win the lottery. Y'all ain't gonna be feeling obligated to give me anything. If we do a crime, y'all gonna snitch me out. Got it.
I'm not saying I'm gonna be like, oh, she did it. I'm saying
if they say, Joanna, we ain't gonna give you no time if you snitch on who you was with. You snitching. That's what you said.
Probably yes.
Look, ain't no probably to it. Damn. Yes.
I am not designed for that type of life. Okay, I'm just it's not gonna happen. But having said that, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation that's ever gonna happen because y'all already know I can't be trusted.
Terry, I feel you. See, that's why we best friends. We on the same page.
She's snitching too. Terry.
No, she not.
Yes, she is.
No, she not.
Terry, you snitching or you going to jail with Luanda? I think you snitching. But anyway, that's just me. I would be snitching. I love you.
If we all three did this crime, why am I the only one in prison? I'm gonna feel some kind of way about that.
I'm saying.
So them
I'm
years, I'm locked up is gonna create a monster because I'm be thinking about why y'all on the outside living your best life. I'm here
spending the
locked
money
up.
we stole during
We
the bank
all did the
robbery.
same thing. Look, we all did the same thing.
First of all, okay, listen. We decide to do a crime, okay? We decide to do a crime. You know that there's a consequence. Thank you. That's my boo thing. We decide to do a crime.
And sit in prison then, Terry.
If we, you know, there's a consequence. If you get caught, you might go to jail or shot, killed, whatever. You're taking that risk
of my room
by doing the crime. So I'm not going to.
I'm telling you, I'm not even gonna take the risk though.
I get caught. It's just like, oh my God, y'all on the outside, y'all should, or if I was on, I'm gonna make sure that y'all straight. Y'all don't need nothing. I'm gonna still be trying to fight your case with your attorney, paying your legal fees, taking care of your children.
I don't see what happens in prison.
Yes.
That's not my life. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But it's like I'm not
we on the same page.
So you don't have to ever worry about me going along with something illegal.
The most crime I'm committing is a traffic violation.
It ain't gonna happen. So we don't even have to worry about the situation because I'm not going down like that. I'm not even gonna participate in that.
and I'm not mad at that. I'm glad. Listen, for the audience, we ain't committing no crimes, okay? I'm not free to go to jail, okay? However,
the most crime I'm committing is a traffic violation. I'm not. And I'm
not committing any serious crimes that's gonna get me locked up and I gotta zip my mouth. However, if that was my life, if that's what I did, that's just who I am as a person. It's like I'm gonna do I'm gonna do my time because I got caught, and I would expect the person that I did the crime with to make sure I'm straight or whatever. That's why if you do dirt, you need to do it by yourself because you just can't ever touch. It's a whole lot of free people right now because they didn't told. But that's the code. I guess that's the code of the hood, huh?
No, I'm not hood, so.
You talking about riding down?
First
of all, where we riding to and why I gotta die? No, no.
Y'all ride to jail to come visit me in jail or whatever, and pray I don't die.
Anyway,
I'm gonna always do what I think is right, and to be honest, my conscience won't let me. Regardless, it won't. I just can't do. I'm not that type of person. If there's something that is wrong, I'm gonna have to say so, regardless of what the consequence is. So that means you go down. That means your daddy go down. Your mama go down. We all going down together because I cannot lie. I cannot withhold information. I'm not built that way, and that's just the truth.
Right. So you never would have done a crime in the first place. So then I don't. So who keeping this? Well, y'all female. So like who keeping the best secret, mate? And I can't say men because there's a whole lot of free men that had snitched on some other men. But then when you get caught snitching, snitches get stitches and wind up in ditches. That's all I'm saying.
Girl, you need to stop watching TV because
this ain't got nothing to do with no TV, boo.
As someone who works in that type of environment, a lot of people do go to jail for other people. I mean, that's the reality of it. And that may be their life. Now, like Juana said, I would be sitting in there doing all this time thinking about what I'm gonna do when I get out. To the people who just living all free, doing it. But then so I'll just use females in general. I know a lot of females that are in exactly. Better not tell nobody but God. It'll kill your mama. It'll kill your mama.
That's funny.
But it's a lot of females that are in prison right now, especially doing real time behind their relationship with a man. I'm going to use just an example because I used to do a lot of reentry work. There was this one young lady who was doing 15 years for a drug conviction that she knew nothing about. The guy who lived with her was running a meth lab in her basement. And she worked constantly as a dental hygienist, and then she had another part-time job. She was never at home hardly, except for to sleep. And so, because it was a home that she owned, when he got busted, he said she was the ringleader, and she did the time.
Oh,
and that's a flat-out lie, though. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a lie. Yeah.
Doesn't matter You ain't got to worry about me making up nothing.
Exactly.
If
But
it's
so
the
like,
What had happened was,
if it's the truth, it's gonna be told. But you ain't
Yeah.
got to worry about me making up nothing. I'm not built that way either.
so it's just a lot of different situations, especially when it comes to that, like people doing time for crimes that they can commit. But that's way off topic, y'all. We need to get back on topic. Who
we
keeps
are
that
on topic. We talking about who keeping the best secrets. Y'all said y'all snitching. I said I'm keeping the secret.
LaWanda, that is not snitching.
You can-
Paid informant.
A pig, you can paint a pig with some lipstick, put her nails on, she's still a pig. You snitching all day long. Okay, how you
It's
call
not
it?
snitching if you telling the truth.
There
The
you
truth
go,
is
Juju.
the
It's not
truth.
snitching if you're telling the truth.
The truth
Now,
is the
here's
truth
the
is the
thing.
truth. Tell the
kids-
truth, it will set you free.
My kids are some straight snitches. They get on my nerve. They always snitching on each other. Like, dang, y'all need to learn how to stick together. But we know ain't
Wait,
nobody going to jail.
wait a minute. You confusing me now. Wait a minute. You telling your children one thing and you doing another. I'm
Oh no, I'm
confused.
okay with the snitching, but it just get on my nerve. They always girl, can't nobody do nothing up in here. Okay. Plus we got a video camera in the living room, so I got a hidden camera in the house.
So
I
you a peeping Tom then, huh?
I know people time. I need to know what they doing. Cause somebody might tell.
First of all, if you got to be recording and see what somebody listen, I've seen on social media where husbands record set up hidden cameras to watch their wives. That's
creepy.
just too much for me. I can't.
Like
you don't need no secrets that bad where you got set up cameras to get the secrets. So like you gotta videotape somebody, you don't trust that person.
We don't need to be together if you got to do all that.
Technology,
look, I'm still live my life no matter how many cameras you got in the house. So whatever you looking for, you buy.
It's gonna make me do some more in front of the camera because I know it. I'm like,
what it is you looking for? Because I'm not gonna change just because you put up a camera in the house.
Look,
it is what it
technology is a gift and a curse because people done lost their mind. Okay, I'm just saying. People done
nanny cams might be good, because kids have, I think on social media, children have been abused, and parents are wondering like how did this happen to their child, or how they get this mark or scar. So they set up nanny cams and find out that the nannies or the babysitters have been abusing their kids.
Yeah.
That's
one of those cool things about the state of Mississippi, and I don't know if this is every state, but most states, their daycare, like child care centers, have video cameras. And if something were to happen to your child, like say Rachel fell and she broke her arm, you can watch. They're required to show you by law the video within 24 hours. Mm-hmm. But I'm just gonna say right now, let me see a video of somebody doing something to my kids. Y'all ain't gotta have to tell on me about the jail time I'm gonna tell on myself. Because we gonna throw some hands.
Yeah, there's certain things you don't play with, and them children is one of them.
And number one on the list. I might not like them, but I'm on the person who can't like.
You see a whole different side. So,
so what if? So y'all have children. Y'all got little kids. What if your child came? So they have little Johnny or little Mary, they friends or whatever, and little Johnny and little Mary tell your kid a secret, maybe something that's happening at their house.
I'm reporting it to DCFS because then if something happening, I'm telling. If you ain't even got to finish the conversation, I'm calling law enforcement. I'm calling social services because should nobody be hurting no kids.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't about to say hurt no kids now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oops, my bad. What happened?
She done took it to right field.
Oh. Hypothetically, little Johnny might say, my daddy got a girlfriend and my mama don't know.
That ain't none of my business. That ain't none of my business. So
what would you tell your kid?
Okay. Well, you keep that to yourself because that ain't none of your business. Stay in your lane.
But little Johnny said he's sad because his daddy got a girlfriend.
Tell little Johnny to talk to his mama. Stay in your lane. Ain't got nothing to do with you.
Ooh, little Johnny mama.
Your kid, and he probably done already told his mom.
Exactly.
You better not never tell nobody but God it'll kill your mama.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I don't know. So for me, okay. Secrets are hard. especially if you're the person who has the secret, or if you're the person who have been entrusted to keep the secret for someone else. Because depending on what the secret is, it can be eating you up inside. Listen, if it's burdensome, take it to God. Take it to therapy. That's a safe place. Don't be disrupting my energy with your drama. Okay, I got enough stuff going on.
So you don't want to know any secrets?
Girl, I know all your secrets.
I didn't say, do you want to know my secrets? I said, do you not want to know any secrets?
I think if you need to talk to somebody, like, I feel like this. I am really a safe place for people, like those who don't want to go to therapy. I am the licensed practical counselor from the ghetto. I will tell you what to do if you want me to.
Okay, give me an example. Okay, I'm up here. I go, girl, I am so sick of Ray Ray. He over there messing with Keisha. And let me tell you what I did, girl. I put some rat poison in his oatmeal. What you gonna do?
Did you add sugar? Did you add sugar? Not my business. Not my business. Did you add sugar? Not my business.
What the sugar do? Half the taste of the rat poison.
Lord,
disclaimer, people, we just joking. Don't nobody put no rat poison in nobody's food. That's illegal.
Right.
Because you're going to jail.
Well, I can't say I don't have any friends that's partake in things like that. And to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if I have friends that tell me secrets or friends who just, when they need to talk, we talk.
Yeah,
so it's
like,
we just have a conversation, but it's not something I would ever go back and tell anyone. But I don't consider it a secret. It's just they confided in me about some things, and that's it. They confided in me, and that stays with me. It doesn't go anywhere outside of that.
Right.
I don't have friends who like, well, girl, I don't have friends like that. Like, none of my friends. Well, if they do, they don't present it to me like that. Like, they don't ever come talking about gossip and doing stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to kind of relate to that because I don't have friends that come to me with that.
So I have a very limited friend pool because, most people don't like me. But anyway, so I have a very limited friend pool. And the things that we talk about, sometimes, like, y'all know I'm a huge proponent of therapy. But for some people, therapy can be at a doctor's office or it can be at your girlfriend's kitchen table. And so a lot of times we're just talking, laughing, joking. Like my two best friends, like we will literally have a marathon text session talking about absolutely everything and nothing at all at the same time. But at the end of it, we all like, whew, that felt good, And so
Hold on. Did you hear what she said, Juju?
What?
She said they would have a marathon text session. Interesting. So it's
okay. Let me
ignore. Got it. Noted.
The difference is we talking in real time. Y'all two,
we talking in real time. You just don't be talking in real time.
Sending text messages while I'm at work, and I get to the car and I got 38 missed text messages. And I'm like, what is they talking? So I can't even pull out because I gotta scroll through and read the text
messages. That is a good question, Terry. I was just about to ask Joanna. So she said that I don't know if my friends are telling me secrets or they're just talking about a situation. I was going to ask you, does a person have to say, don't say this? You know what I mean?
But no,
it don't to be a secret.
I don't think they have to say that to me. If a friend comes to me, then they already know I'm not
going to. Automatic.
It's automatically known that I'm not going to say anything. So for me, if they come to me talking about don't tell this, to me, that's gossip.
Exactly.
If you gotta say that,
if it's about themselves,
look,
even if it's about themselves.
But I'm just saying, if I, from my experience, if they come with, girl, don't tell nobody that, to me, that's like gossip stuff. My friends are not like that. Just if they come to me, then they're confiding in me because they already trust me. So it's like no need to say, don't tell anybody my business. And just say my friends, the friends that I have, we don't really share. And I don't know if that's just me. I tend, what I want you to know, but nobody fully knows what's going on, but God. And that's just me. I tend to take it to him before I take it to a friend because he knows everything and he's a better help. So I just tend not to, bring a lot of issues to my friends unless they're ones that I know are stronger in the area, that I'm dealing with, or, they've overcome in that area that I'm dealing with, then I may bring them to them. But just like I said, I don't know. I don't do a lot of gossip. I don't have time. I don't have time for that, to be honest. And just say, if you're gossiping about somebody else, you gossip. As soon as I leave the room, you're gonna gossip about me. So I tend not to associate with people like that.
Like Tara Lynn said, you shouldn't have to put out a disclaimer. And usually, most people you don't. Like, if you have true friends that you talk to, they know what you're talking to them about is just between the two of you, unless they say, maybe you can get some opinions from somebody else or something like that. Or like, sometimes, I don't know, my best friend may say something to me that she didn't mean for me to share. But if it's funny, like, for example, my best friend decided one day she was going to twerk for her husband. Anybody who know my best friend know that her backside is just that back. And her husband said to her, "That's not your ministry." Baby, that was hilarious to me. I had to share that with everybody. So,
that might have hurt her feelings, though.
Right.
No, it didn't.
Oh no, you just gotta use wisdom. They say it should be unspoken, but you just
my
gotta
God. That's that. Anywho,
I know who my best
I got a
friend is.
visual of her. I got a visual of her.
Look, he told her that's not her ministry.
I would put
She
it
try to do something sexy and nice for him, and he gonna try to clown her. I see. This boy me make me sick. So my thought process wasn't about gossip. What I was saying was, if I came to you, Joanna, you already know all my secrets anyway. But and I know I don't have to. But if your friends came and say, "Listen, I need to tell you something," not about somebody else, but about, and please don't share this with anybody. That as your friend, like you said, they know already that they don't need to put that disclaimer out there or whatever.
Right.
And I just go back to say, like I said, there are 4 people in my life, and you guys have known me all my life. And my childhood friend has known me since I was in the 2nd grade, and my best friend, we've known each other for probably a whole bunch of years, way in the teens. And so you guys are only 4 people who know, my business or whatever. And I've never felt that my secrets or my conversations, were in jeopardy, by telling you guys, because sometimes people, like Danielle always talk about therapy. You need to be able to share. I am in 100% agreement that you're supposed to take everything to God and pray. However, God has given humans for you to be able to share and receive comfort and love and affirmations and things like that or whatever. So for me anyways, I to you guys, I don't keep anything that's going on, and some people could be embarrassed about. I usually tell that to you guys, and you guys usually have different thoughts and opinions than me or how I would deal with it. However, I need to share that, and I always have my own thought and perspective. I've already prayed to God, but sometimes you would like to hear, like Joanna, you have a different personality than Danya's. You guys' thoughts are totally different than each other. And sometimes you just need to hear different angles from different people. And so I think it's good to share some things that you're dealing with, because you need an outlet. Keeping stuff in is not healthy. So you kind of need that outlet. But I think that, again, to kind of like tie it totally into our conversations, and some things, even though my husband's my husband and your husband's supposed to be your friend, there are some things I don't share with him personally, just as a woman, not that he wouldn't understand totally or accept it or whatever, but I think just some things, woman to woman, is different than husband and wife. I think my husband and I are pretty open with one another, because now your spouse is the most intimate person that you've ever been with, but I still think there's some things that I kind of discuss with my sister cousins or my 2 girlfriends versus him, because I think I get a different perspective. He's always going to try and protect me in my feelings. And so sometimes I need just for you to tell me like it is and not necessarily worry about my feelings.
I agree. I think you do need to have some person that you can talk to. The only thing I caution with is just use wisdom. You can't tell everybody your business. There's only really one person that I really have discussed like things that are close to me, like maybe my marriage or something like that. That's one person that I feel like who is not going to judge me and also is going to in my opinion, give me a biblical approach to what I'm handling. They're going to take me out of it. They're going to take themselves out of it, and they're going to give me the word of God. That's somebody that I can go to concerning some things. I think the problem is that you have some people who, they want to tell everybody their business. They got 4 or 5 different opinions, and it's like you don't need that.
And that's because they're shopping around to get the answer that they want, that best fits what they want to do.
But not only that, sometimes when you let everybody else's opinions come into your relationship or your decision or whatever you're trying to do, you can't even think straight, because now you got people talking here, people don't told you this, people don't tell you that. It brings confusion, in my opinion. So I just say I limit who I talk to about certain things. I have about 5. I can count the number of people on one hand that I actually discuss deep things with. And that's just how I've always done that. I don't know. I don't let a lot of people in. I feel like, for me anyway, I feel like I'm always going to take it to God first. And then if I still need, godly counsel, then there's people that I do trust that I can talk to, but I'm always going to take it to him first.
Mom, you do know a lot of things in my life, but some things are girlfriend to girlfriend and not mom to daughter. Don't be in your feelings. I love you, Mom. Y'all is crazy. So, huh? Down, I know your mom was kind of, like your, I mean, you don't call her your best friend because she's your mama, but kind of like your best friend.
Nah, she's kind of like one of my kids. Annoying.
Oh,
No, my mom knows a lot of things that have happened in my life, a lot of things that I have gone through. She doesn't always know them when they happen, but eventually she finds out. My mom worries about me a lot because I will shut down. Y'all know, I will basically shut down. I won't say nothing to nobody and that's my safety mechanism. That's how I protect myself. Is I shut down sometime until I figure it out, until I know which direction I'm going to go in whatever situation. But yeah, my mom knows a lot about me. And if she didn't get it from me, she probably got it from Carla.
So she don't know everything, but she know a lot of things.
Oh, she knows a lot of things, but she doesn't know everything. Nobody. I mean, to me, honest to goodness, real talk, real story.
Nobody knows everything.
Nobody knows everything. So, between me, God, and this wall, nobody knows everything except for me and God. So, but
I think that's another reason why I don't, really talk to a lot of people, because even if you tell them, you're only telling them in part, and then they come up with a situation from you, but they don't know the other half of what
exactly. They don't know what you're
trying to give me advice on the small piece of information I gave you when there's a whole flood of other stuff behind the scenes,
right,
that you don't even know about. So to me, I can't necessarily say I like that. I don't like unwarranted opinions. It's like if I ask for your help or I ask for an opinion, then obviously I want it, but don't give me information because you only know a small portion of what I told you, if I told you anything.
Right.
Or you could be looking out on the outside in trying to tell me what I need to do, and you have no idea what I'm going through inside. So I tend not to do that with people. I mean, if you want to talk to me, that's fine. If you ask me, but I'm not going to give you, just, oh, you need to do this, because I don't know what you're dealing with on the other side. This is a small portion of what I hear. I don't know what you got going on for real.
And sometimes people really just need you to listen, and they don't need your opinion. They just want to have someone to listen to what they need to say. I learned that lesson. So
yeah. Just got to get off their chest. So Donnie, you mentioned a male friend. Joanna, do you have a male friend that you I guess maybe confide in.
No,
I don't have
I do
my
not.
only male friend is my husband. I mean, not that
Mhm.
I would, but I just never had a male friend that close to me where, we had that relationship.
Yeah, I've
No.
always had two really close male friends. Um, and both of them are individuals I met during my career, and we developed friendships. Both of them are married. I have relationships and friendships with their wives as well. It's not just oh, this my boy, my homeboy, and his wife don't know I exist. Let me tell you something. I ain't messing up nobody happy home because I don't need nobody messing up mine when I get one. So, so
Praise God, won't he do it?
uh, so both of my two good male friends, I know their wives. I have friendships with their wives. Like I may text their wives something. I might talk to their wives and don't even talk to them. So yeah, but those my homeboys, my aces.
So are there certain secrets or conversations that you have with them that you don't have with your female friends?
Definitely, when you have a male friend. So for me, I'm single and I have male friends. Sometimes I need a male perspective from being single. Like, okay, like, am I really like, am I doing too much? Am I too much? I mean, what's up, bro? Holla at your girl. Let's break it down for me, So, we have conversations about that. I talk to them, as it comes to being a single mom raising boys, you
Mhm.
know, their perspective on things that maybe I need to do more of for them as because they're boys, whereas I am just their mom. Should I be signing them up for programs? Should I be putting them in sports? Should I be trying to do big brother, big sister, something like that? So we talk about things like that.
That's good. That's good. I don't know. I guess as a single woman, I think it probably makes sense to have a good male friend, could give you, some perspective about, you know, some situations that may need a male perspective or whatever. Um, it's, you know, it's very interesting that um, people, so as an individual, if well, I guess because it depends on who you're talking to and their personality and the relationship that they have with God or not with God or the situation that they've had in life. Like I say, you get different perspectives or whatever for even situations like from a school standpoint or a workplace standpoint. Maybe people have gone through, different experiences. And so you get different perspectives from a male standpoint or a female standpoint. But I guess at the end of the day, I guess y'all saying that women keep the best secrets to men, huh?
I really think so.
Mm, I think, I guess, in my opinion, women can execute better than men,
Mhm.
as far as keeping secrets and hiding things and stuff like that. But I don't know. I guess it really just depends on the situation. Just
It,
I've
it,
known
it depends on the secret.
yeah, it depends on the secret too. Because I've known some people who have, yeah, who have
Took that all
yeah.
the way to the grave.
Some things you find out later, you're like, what?
What? Exactly.
This
No,
makes me think about who's the best cheater because when you think keeping about secrets,
girl, let's not even go there. That's a whole nother podcast.
I know that's what I'm saying. Mm, interesting. Well, do y'all have any other things to talk about as men, Mars versus Venus, and who keeps the best secrets?
No, I think we covered it.
You think we covered? I know, Donna, you have some announcements you want to
Uh,
share.
Yes, just a friendly reminder to our listening and viewing audience that the Sister-Cousins podcast is going to a twice per month format starting in the month of February. We will be broadcasting a new episode the first and third week of each month. So just look forward to that. We are definitely still taking suggestions for podcast topics. So if you want to share with us. And also last week we discussed what we were going to do with our stimulus. And we decided while we were recording that we would stimulate a small business. So if you have a small business that you're interested in us looking at your product and probably purchasing something from your business that we will broadcast on the podcast when we make those selections. We're going to try to do that in the month of February or the month of March, where we share what we purchased with our stimulus from that small business. So again, we are still looking for small businesses to tell us about their products so that we can look out.
I gotta get stimulated first. Y'all got stimulated. I ain't got
I've been
stimulated.
stimulated. Oh, okay.
I just don't understand how come I ain't got my scratch yet. Let's do this. Let me borrow 300 from you and then 300 from you. Then I get my stimulus and I'll pay y'all back when I get mine.
And on that note,
what happened was
Let me hold something. I can't hold nothing.
you can hold some. You ain't holding 300 though.
You want to hold some of these kids?
I didn't call you about your children. Too bad they're going back to school. I was gonna hold one of them, 2 or 3 of them for you.
Just that's it? You don't want to hold all 5?
No, you keep the little ones because I ain't got time to be chasing no pampers and all. I take the big ones.
My baby has started potty training. Thank you very much.
Started and potty training, 2 different things. Nope. But I will take the 3 oldest ones and let them know that TT finally sent them boys. Finally sent their birthday money. I was waiting on my stimulus.
4 months after their birthday.
It's the thought that counts.
Better late than never.
They know
better late. I still ain't got my card that they supposedly had created 2 years ago.
It, but they mama didn't mail it. Girl, let go. Let God. Okay. They don't go to the mailbox. Look, I'm still mailing something to their new sibling. I ain't mailed it yet.
Wow. I need you to get yourself together.
I know. What's important? I need to go pick up my shoes from the cobbler shop. If I go to the cobbler shop, it's the mail place.
What kind of shop?
The cobbler.
What you get done to your shoes?
Shoe cobbler. I got some new caps put on the end because them prison sidewalks be tearing your shoes up, and I can't be walking around just looking any kind of way.
We only have one in our city, and he be trying to. Every time you go, it's a different price. I'm like, wait a minute, sir. Last time I came with 2 pair with a pair of high heel shoes, it was $9. Now you telling me it's $12. What's the difference?
That's like the Waffle House. Every time you go, price different. You order the same thing.
I stopped going. I don't need wear heels no more because ain't where we going.
To the grocery store. Girl, you need to look good at the grocery store too. You just need to look good for yourself. Just look good for yourself. Put them shoes on.
It's always wet and raining here, so I'm not trying to get my heels messed up in no wet and rain.
It's supposed to be some snow here tomorrow. It's a winter storm mix. It is snowing all across the state of Texas except for in Victoria. It's really cold there as well. But anyway, child, it's my own baby crying.
You stupid on that. Well, on that no. Peace and hair grease. Y'all crazy. Sick individual.
Girl, it is my baby.